Hello, hello, hello. Oh my gosh. I just want to say hello to everyone. Um, Another night, back to back of news you could use, and yes, I'm sorry, but maybe I have a mini little obsession about this. I don't want to say obsession. It's just really interesting to me about what's going on. But you know what? Without further ado, these are the things on the topics that we're going to do about news that you could use. Is we're going to talk about El DeBarge, and we're going to talk about the Golden Globes. Did you watch it? Depending on when you're watching this right here. If you're Are you watching it now? Did you watch it? What are your thoughts about it? And we're going to go, and I'm going to also talk about, of course, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, breaking records. Are you surprised? I know I'm not surprised at all. I'm not surprised. No. How about that? I am surprised. Anyway, let's get into it. All right, so I wanted to talk about Elder Barge, and it was just recently reported that he has been arrested for weapons and oh, um, you know, uh, for weapons and drug related offenses or whatever like that. And I just do want to just send my condolences to that. Not condolences. Well, I mean, like my heart goes out to him because addiction is a disease, and he is truly struggling with it. And as you can see, because it's been going up and down, and it's a very coming from a very talented family. And if y'all know, like the Barge, Bunny, Elm, all of them, they are some top tier artists. Okay, so again, this is nothing, nothing new. Like usually people in their addiction and have the disease, relapse and relapse until they get a, relapse. And hopefully, as a loved one that have known, who have family members or just like firsthand knowledge of addiction and how it affects the family, but more so the person that's having the disease it affects. Um, it's really sad, because he gave the Barge gave us some bangers, and he still can sing. He's still like again a top tier musician. So it's crazy that it's just sad. It saddens me to see something like that. And just seeing, that black man really just struggling in his addiction and is so talented, and hopefully that he can find, some type of peace, and hopefully he can get clean. And maybe this time will be the last time. If that's what he desires. All right. And like I said, like if that's what he desires. But another thing, I do want to say hello, hello. Sir, you have the information. Come on up here when you are ready. So, Levon's library is in here. He's going to, if he chooses to join me tonight while we talk about Prince Harry and how his book is breaking records, how he feel about the and how he feel about, I'm sorry about how he feel about the book, how he feel about Anderson Cooper. I know that I talked about this last night, but it was just so much to unpack about it. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to just, just unpack that again, because this book right here, I can't wait to get my little hands on it, okay? I cannot wait to get my little hands on it, to see it, and read it, dive in. I think I'm going to probably take a day, you know, maybe a weekend, have my wine, have my salad, have my, my soup and all that's the good stuff, and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to read that book in a weekend. No distractions, none whatsoever. Okay, none. So make sure you. So anyway, how's everybody doing? Hmm? How y'all doing today? Um, like I said, today was a very uneventful day for me. You know, very uneventful day for me. But I'm sure this day was like not uneventful for the for the Duke of Sussex. Okay, okay. I'm crying over here because look, do what you're gonna do. If you're gonna buy it, read it, and do what you need to do to recycle the paper, do what you gotta do, boo boo. I mean, that's all I can say. I mean, I mean, it's just a, So yeah, hold on one moment because this is not like that. Here we go. All right. So somebody on here talking about use it as toilet paper. Listen, you still buying, and look, reading is fundamental, okay? So you read it and whatever you do with it after that, that's your prerogative, sir. Or ma'am, or person. You know what I'm saying? It's your it's your prerogative. Make sure that you come in here and you like and you subscribe and hit the notification bell for when I do go live again. Here, this is good. Again, this is popcorn or all things popcorn, and like I said, that we did come in here and I did just spend like a few minutes at the beginning of the broadcast, just talking, just discussing that again, that the good brother Elder Barge has been locked up again, and he had some weapons, and he also had drugs, and we all know that he, over the years, for the last like 3 decades, he's been struggling with that addiction. And we just want to send him love and light, and hopefully that he just send him some love and light. Hopefully that he get peace and he get healing in whatever he needs to do. And if music is still his love and passion, hopefully he get well, do whatever it is he needs to do, and come back out here and perform and tour in the most healthy environment that he could be in. Um, and one thing I can say about, they do have a gift. And I talked about that, like knowing your purpose and tapping in on what is your gift that you have. And he's a great entertainer, and he has a beautiful voice. His voice stands out. Like when you hear Elder Barge voice, you don't be like mm, like that's Elder Barge. Voices that that you don't have no question that you know about it. So I get him over here again, sending some love and light, and yep. So right here we're gonna have the good brother over here going to join in a minute, and he is going to be right there. Hello there, sir.
Yay. Put the popcorns in the chat. Put the popcorns in the chat.
Yes, yes, yes. So let me go ahead and put that down as we finish here. But so, what are your thoughts, sir? What are your thoughts, sir? Okay, so let me about the book about Elder Barge. Tell me what's going on.
Well, I'm definitely excited for the book. I definitely want to get a copy myself. I'm always happy when a new book comes out. What I'm interested about is now that the dearly departed queen, you know, has passed and, is along her way, are all the juicy secrets going to start coming out? Now he don't got nothing to worry about. So now is everything going to start like spilling? Because he's not afraid of his big brother. He was always afraid of the queen. So now, he's going on this whole world tour. So is he going to start spilling all the tea?
I don't think so. I
You
don't
don't think
think
so?
so. All right, so this person was saying that I'm not buying. I'm not buying. I'm saying that's what you should do with it after you read it. Probably not. I'm not. I don't know. I use real toilet paper. I'm not going to use books that I buy. For that. So, sorry. Yeah, probably the paper's too hard anyway. I like the soft and plus anyway. I have a bidet, so I'm not going to do that. So, do you still think that the royal family is racist? That that person was saying. Still, so you think that they are? So that person that just asked us, do we think that they are? But do you still? So meaning that person, I'm thinking Adam, that you think that they were in the first place. I don't think that we're talking. I don't think that's the point about is the royal family racist or not. Right now, we're talking about the book and how excited we are for them. His voice
Well,
echo. Oh, somebody
is
said.
my voice echoing?
No, I think you're loud and clear, but I could tell right now. But go ahead.
Oh, well, if they are racist, I don't think he will flat out say that in the
Right.
book. I don't think anyone is going to flat out say that their family is racist. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he's going to say that. You know, um,
Well, listen. Did you do your mini homework that I asked you to do about watching the answer? Nope, you didn't. I could tell your little cute face once you did that with your lips. I know my family. I know my family. Okay, so in that interview, you know, he was saying that maybe because he was bigoted, and I believe to that effect, not verbatim, but Anderson Cooper said that you think that you were, a bigot, or or not bigot, but maybe racist or whatever like that. And he was like, and then he said, well, maybe not. I probably not knowing, but I didn't see it. So meaning that he was so much in his, you know, white royal family bubble
yeah.
that he didn't see like the microaggressions or the stuff that people have seen until he started dating her, and still it started affecting his life. And I do think that a lot of times some people don't realize they're because it's embedded in them because they think they're the pedigree. And I think to my based on what he was saying, and plus anyway, just being a black woman, period. Just being black, a black individual, period. We do see things that they don't see if they're not
Mhm.
aware, if they're not knowing. And being as though that he lived this, this life up until he was 23, until he went to the military. You
And I'm
know.
sure, especially being royalty as well. A lot of white people, especially, don't realize their privilege because just living their lives, they think this is just my life. I'm not a privileged person until, maybe they meet someone of color that's like, yeah, maybe you don't realize your privilege until it's explained to them. Yeah, these are your privileges. This is, something that you may not realize in your everyday life, but your experiences are your experiences because of the color of your skin.
She did not use that word racist, so that's why I'm not even going to keep it because they even said they
Mhm.
reiterated that she did not use that word racist. But they but the thing about it is that when your race and your skin color is a subject of things of people inquire about in a negative way with negative undertones, check
Hmm.
yourself. You have to check yourself. And the main thing, because what happens is a lot of times people, um, a lot of, it was a lot of, Adam, and I understand and I respect your position on that, but at the end of the day, like he said last in those interviews, the British press were the dragons.
Hmm.
Okay, they say yours does have a little echo. Speak again.
Okay. Um, me.
Try again. I
Can you
think
hear
that's
me?
better.
Okay.
So racism does affect people of color, and I'm not here to educate you on that, sir. So you're going to have to read a couple books. So go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, racism affects people of color.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, he said you do realize that racism is not only affected by people of color. Yes, it does. But like I said, there we go again. Someone you need to read a couple books, sir. But like I said, until you live the life or whatever. Okay. So go ahead. I did watch the Oprah interview and I thought it was top tier. That's what
Hmm.
made me start caring because I low key didn't really care. I cared, but I didn't. I cared when I saw the publications and they was coming after her. How Kate was getting, oh, she eats eating healthy for her baby, with the avocado toast, and then when Megan did it, oh my gosh, how much weight was the baby going to become? Like how much? How many times she gonna hold her baby bump? I'm like, God damn! And you cannot say that they wasn't trying to drag Meghan Markle the good sense for that because it was plain. You can't gaslight me. I'm too. You can't gaslight me. Okay,
Yeah.
you cannot.
Yeah, I heard the rules on the royal family, especially Meghan, were very, very harsh. Like no types of like her diet was very strict.
Hmm.
Like I said the other day in the chat, to the point where she couldn't wear a certain color nail polish. She couldn't eat like certain fish. I think like certain fish was allowed, other fish wasn't allowed while she was pregnant. Like
Hmm.
the queen had a certain amount of rules that were very, very strict, and if she disobeyed them, she might have been her black ass might have been kicked out of that palace faster than
You know
you
what? The thing about it was like I don't think that they would have kicked her out because it doesn't because you know how they have to have a certain look. It doesn't look good.
know.
But them leaving and them leaving looks like they tend to have them leaving made them look like they have tend to probably uh you know just disregard their duties, like abandon them. And the thing about it, since they couldn't speak their piece, we listen, we knew we knew, and I was not surprised of the things that they were saying. We were not
Mhm.
surprised.
Yeah.
We were not surprised at all of some of the things that she was saying that was going on. It was crazy, but yeah. So all right. So what you said about spilling the tea?
I sincerely hope that this book does spill all the tea. I want to
It's not
hear.
a tea spiller. It's a memoir. So there you go. When something is not a tell-all, it's a memoir. So I'm sure he's going to talk about just like he did with the Anderson Cooper and everybody else. His moments of the moment that his mother passed. Episodes of him being in the and the last few chapters is going to be the one that's going to be like ooh 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 ooh. And I really and ooh. Yes.
And
But it's
hopefully
so
he's.
funny. It's just go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying hopefully he sprinkles some tea along the way.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm
You
sure
know,
he's going to sprinkle some tea along the way, respectfully, and not the way that we would tell the story.
because Kate. I don't know. I feel like there's some tea about Kate that we don't know about
Oh, of course.
because she just seemed like she a little too. I don't know. There's something strange about her. Like something my spirit.
We
don't agree.
know.
Like,
Listen, because we
there's something
know.
going on with her. Like
Because we know.
something with
It's like the moment when you watch when we was watching the versus the people versus OJ Simpson.
Mhm,
And even though it was, about it, but it was so funny because Marsha Clark was like, you know, it was so uncanny how they had it like as if they wrote it themselves, like how accurate it was. And we could throw bones at Christopher Darden all day because we really thought he was, you know what I mean, Steven from Django. But he was right about OJ. You know what I'm saying? He was like, he doesn't govern for the black community. You know, he doesn't give back. He's not no Jim Brown. He don't
mhm.
care. But he tried to warn Marsha Clark about what was that man's name? I, the Mark Furman, whatever, Mark Furman.
Mhm.
She was like, no, he's a credible, police officer. He was like, he's saying the right things. He been in where? He been doing what? Around LAPD doing what? He just had a feeling that he was just not credible. And
Right.
Marsha Clark, I know the good sis was trying her best, trying to defend it, try to do the right thing, but he tried to tell him. And Johnny Cochran knew, Christopher Darden knew, we knew, but she put that man on the stand, and for 2 days he was perjuring himself, saying he had never used the N word. And then those Mark Furman tapes dropped. He, so I'm saying, like, we know because we experience it.
Mhm.
And we had, not only did we experience it, we had parents or loved ones or friends or family members that actually showed us and educated us along the way about, nah, you're feeling in your gut about what they said or what they doing is
Exactly.
not right. But given you have to, giving us discernment. So, I'm so ready for it.
Child, it's something about that spirit that my spirit just don't agree with. So
Yeah, I agree.
I want to know what's going on with that.
So what out of the tea, what you really do you think they're like I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. The tea that's being spilled, what out of all of it, what do you really want to know the most about?
Well, besides Kate, what's really going on with the queen and how she really felt about people behind the scenes, because she stayed very tight-lipped about everything and very professional, very cute and everything. I want to know how she really behaves behind the scenes, what she said about people, who she said about what, um if she was talking shit about people, what she said. You know what I'm saying, like how she really was acting violently, because paparazzi.
Listen, I don't think the queen is probably
I think she might have been messy. I think she might have been, because paparazzi caught some pictures of her. Sometimes she be sitting there with her little hats on, looking at people like. So I know she probably went behind there, had a little mouth on her, some little grannies sometimes, like some of our little grandmothers just go around and had a little mouth. So I'm sure she would go into the kitchen and be like, well, so and so, president of blah
Listen,
blah blah
no,
blah.
listen, that's American, okay? Don't freak. Listen, that's American life. Like, we're talking about over the pond, and she's been a royal her entire life, so I'm sure that.
So she was sitting there with some tea and crumpets, like, Russia over there with blah 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 blah, cursing them out. I want to know what she was saying. That's what I want to know.
Not, I want to know what she was saying.
I'm sure she was
I'm
saying something.
sure Harry, as a man, is not going to really drop no real tea. We would have to get somebody from Buckingham Palace to drop the tea. And the way they drop tea, I don't even know because they were feeding the British press lies as it is. So what and they keep proving themselves over and over and over again. So that they be how they rather you believe 100% of what they saying, or there's or you detect a little bit deception. They've been very consistent on how they was going on and how they was acting, and you can, and the thing about it is that you can go back and read and see the BS.
Yeah.
And you said you want to see how they, she was. Listen, they had that young man, 12 years old, waving and shaking hands with the people the day of his mother's funeral. So they're gonna be tight lipped. They're gonna be like, mm-mm.
That's
Now he
interesting.
is free. This is probably freeing him.
That's interesting. What do you want to know about it? What do you think he's gonna say?
So I do, I love a good love story. It don't have to be perfect, but
Mhm.
I still would like, I would still like to know a little bit more. I am curious to being in your entire life, being the spare. That right there, that rubs me the wrong way. I gave you
Mhm.
an heir, and here's your spare. The mere fact that right there speaks volumes of him naming that fucking book spare.
Mhm.
As a mother of twins, two sets, I can't see me being like, okay, I have my firstborn, and that's the just in case. My just in case.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to see I'm how much he be transparent. How much no, not transparent. At the end of the day, I know that we say that these are public figures and they in the limelight, but that don't mean we have to be and they want certain things to be private. And that should be respected because we shouldn't be so intrusive. Okay? We put on clothes every day. Like so we they don't have to strip naked their soul and bare their soul to us if they don't want to. And I honestly, and just like any relationship, like the common person, if you in a relationship
Mhm.
with somebody and your friends will be like, whatever, you don't want to tell them everything about you, your life. So I'm just thinking like I want to see how much he will tell us between that life of when he left the military and then he dulled into drugs and how he and how he got out of that and then the and and how he felt in his words from leaving Canada and them stripping him their status and taking away their I see if he go in depth on it, taking away their security because there was a change in status.
Mhm.
And that was the same thing that happened to his mother. The moment her status wasn't there, the paparazzi, she had no security. The paparazzi was all over her. And like he said, and the thing about it was like he did do he did as much homework as he could about his mother death. He wanted to read the records. He wanted to see some pictures. So all the stuff that they were saying that they can't say that, oh, you're just speculating or whatever like that. You're just going by emotion. Damn right he's going by emotion. I want to read those emotions.
Yeah. It sounds very traumatic, especially as a child.
There you go. Exactly, Levon. Very traumatic. Yeah, so I'm ready to see that. You said that, yes. Childhood trauma. And that childhood trauma low key has shaped him and made him go through life like this. Which like everybody life go through up and downs or whatever like that. But go ahead.
No, just out of curiosity, did he say which drugs he was on, or did he not specify?
He did say he did cocaine and marijuana. hmm
Mm. Oh wow, I didn't because I didn't know that he was on drugs. Oh, child.
Right.
Ooh, I didn't
Yes.
even know that. Ooh,
And I'm
okay.
sure him saying that openly is probably like they are clutching their
Right.
royal pearls over there.
Not the royal family. Yeah.
Yes, not we don't do that over here. They
Right.
probably clutching their royal pearls over there.
He don't ran to America and he's telling all the business. Like,
Listen, he's selling his business. So,
hmm.
so he's telling his business. So in a way that, you know, and I mean, I'm sure I think he's at a point where I know it's going to be backlash and all that old good stuff. I think I missed what he dabbed into too. Yeah. So he did say, all right. So Shade Dog, he said, shrooms, and he did say shrooms too. Yeah.
He's
And I
doing
remember
shrooms.
him saying on a part of his,
Oh, shit.
yes, when he went to therapy or whatever like that, they gave him like psychedelics or whatever, so he can go back and be in touch with his feelings because he stopped crying because he was numbing himself from the pain and stuff like that. So it was able for you got listen. I gotta read. We gotta read the book.
And what age was this?
His late 20s.
Okay. So he was like, well, this is out of college then. So he was grown. He
Yeah.
was grown.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And I guess being
Mm,
on. I guess being. This is what we talking about right here. This right here. Okay.
mm.
Here. So
That's a lot. Well, I hope he and Megan stay together, man. I hope they're a good match for each other.
you know what they seem like they're happy.
Yeah, I hope they stay together.
Yeah. So.
Oof, that's a lot. Like I just remember seeing him some crazy pictures was released of him partying, and I remember him being like a party guy, but I didn't know it was this bad.
Mm-hmm. It's so funny because if you sit up there and people that party really hard that is a coping mechanism of them trying to escape from something.
Yeah.
You know, like we can sit back and you can sit back and you can think about all the times like, oh, I was partying hard in my 20s, boom, boom, boom. What was you really like trying to mask while you was or try to escape from?
Mhm.
You was escaping from something if you was partying hard, whether you in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever. You know,
Yeah.
not partying in, like for recreation reasons, but you know, it's always something like you're masking something. So, and I'm rooting for them too. I am rooting for them too.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Because I would be sad if like if they
They
end up
go
breaking
through
up.
all of that.
Yeah, right, right. All of that, and then they end up breaking up. That would be sad. That'd be sad. I hope they stay together because that would be a lot.
All right. So Shade Dog said Williams was with him. His picks were surprised. I can see that. I can see that because William is going to be king. He's the
Yeah,
heir to the throne. So they're going to do a lot of things to try to suppress that. And another thing, remember how, I mean, last night when you watch it, how they looked at Camilla as, the woman, I don't want to say her name though, because she worked so hard. They suppressed that information about William. They worked so hard. She worked so hard to restore her reputation because they didn't want their dad to marry her, but he married her anyway. She went through all this to restore her marriage just so he can be the scapegoat, so they can throw him to the wolves.
throw
They
Harry to the wolves.
Yes, Harry,
Mm.
to take the limelight over her, to make it seem like she was a good person. They had to throw somebody under the bus, and that was that young man.
Yeah, because I so they even thought them pictures with him with his booty out in the party. Did you see that pictures? Yeah, and I was like, how they ain't block these pictures? And why like even with regular celebrities, they're able to hide those kind of pictures, but his were all out there.
Put the trash cans in the chat. Put the trash cans in the chat, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even with regular celebrities, they can hide those kind of pictures, but his got put out there, and I was like, dang, how'd these get out?
Yup. Yup. That's how he. Yup. He was able to do that. They were,
And he a
like I said,
prince.
it was they did it. She went through the end. Not only was so corny. It's Nathan like about her. She was just partying not too long ago with Pierce.
Pierce Morgan,
Yes.
are you serious?
That's what I'm saying. They be showing, listen, they be showing themselves. Don't sit up there and be like, I didn't know who was coming. You are a part of the royal family, okay? So you mean to tell me people have to be vetted and there is a list. Yes. That man for years, all he did was talk about, listen, every day he go home and had a shrine, okay, with Meghan Markle pictures. And he rubbed baby oil on himself, allegedly. Allegedly. Rubbed baby oil on himself and smacked himself with slices of cheese, crying because he ain't with her.
Not slices of cheese. What kind of cheese?
American, because she's American cheese. That's American cheese. That's what it was. So,
No, he is obsessed with her. And I don't understand why he's so mad.
yep, Jeremy Clarkson. Listen, they keep showing themselves. I don't understand why. And rational people, rational people, people with a clear mind know when they're being gaslit. And I was trying to find another word because I feel like gaslighting is so overused, but it was so prevalent in this situation.
It's just to me, it feels like he's mad he's not Meghan Markle. It's like is giving me those kind of
No,
vibes,
he's mad
like
because
jealousy
Meghan Markle.
vibes.
First of all, he is very unattractive. Okay,
Inside and out.
inside and out.
Hmm.
Okay, because even on a good day, he still don't got no shine to him. He like a dull crayon. You know what I'm saying? Dull. No matter what, this is dull. Like, oh my god, like, ooh. Like no shine to him at all. And his attitude is so nasty. His disposition is so nasty. And how hard he come up against her. Oh my gosh. I
And
was like, dog, like every day.
for
We've only
him,
been talking about this for 2 days. I can't see me talking about this every single day. I mean, I could talk about the good and the positive and the funny things of in reading his book and excerpt of his book, but talking about a specific person, and I didn't even. He's the only person that I singled out because I saw in real time how he was, how he lost his job on that morning show, and when that black guy was like every day, like, come on, like I can't take it no more.
right. And for him to go after her for as long as he did, as often as he did, and for her to say nothing back. Like, dude, don't you get bored or like she's not even fighting back with you. Like
Nope.
to fight somebody who's not even fighting back with you,
Mm-hmm.
just shouldn't feel right. You know what I mean? It's not even like a battle. You're fighting by yourself at some point. Move on.
Yup. Mm-hmm.
Kind of
I said,
weird when you fight by yourself. You know what I mean? It's like it's kind of weird if like when the person's not
right, and
fighting
then
back.
everybody just looking like, I mean, tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, you realize she ain't saying nothing back, right?
Double
Yeah,
one.
like
No, she's not saying anything back. And if she wanted to, she couldn't. And then that's what she's supposed to be a part of the family. They couldn't even. Even if she wanted to, when she did, they didn't even protect her. They just kept still. They just kept feeding lies to the dragons. He is the British rest are the dragons. They're not the good dragons though. They are the Night King's dragon. Okay, that's Dave Viserion when he became the Night King, the dragon of the dead. Okay, because I love Game of Thrones dragons.
The good ones.
We all know he wanted that woman.
Oh, wait. I just figured out how to see comments.
Oh, you did. Oh, okay. Yes.
Hey, everybody. Now these people.
Yes, you wanted them. All right. So when are you going to pick up this book? So, all right. So let me tell you about it's breaking records, y'all. So, all right. So this book is breaking records in the UK. It is is the highest purchase memoir in UK, single day purchase in UK history for nonfiction. This book already sold 400,000 copies today.
In the UK?
Today. Today. And I think in the publishing company from his advance, all they do have to sell was 1.7 million copies for them to get their money back. If they sold $400 today, they're going to get their 1.7 by next month. And I definitely want both. I'm going to get the book, and then I want him to talk all that shit in his royal voice, and I tell him to back the fuck off. And I want to hear him spill his stuff in his
Yes.
royal voice and everything like that. Yes, get it tomorrow. I ordered mine. I'm waiting for it to be shipped to me. But like I said, $400,000, 400,000 copies today. It's on the, of course, New York Times bestseller list. It's bestseller everywhere. Number one in on Amazon. Everywhere. Everybody is one hands on this book. So what do you think? I feel like I want to know your take on like those that don't like them. They're just not going to like. They're just not going to like them. That's it. I wasn't, pro this or pro anything. Hold on, my cousin texted me. Um, um, but I started caring when I started seeing like the negative shit that we saw, the
Hmm.
microaggressions and the blatant, in the British tabloids and stuff and people just talking down on her for like what she do because she didn't because she did like this to her hand instead of like she did this to her hand instead of this. Like I mean like damn y'all really picking like they throwing like they really like picking straws like throwing spaghetti on the wall to see what sticks to see okay
Hmm.
that's what we're gonna complain the fuck about today. But I think like if those who do those that don't like them they want to get the book and they just going to find like they had white balls. Why are they getting there lying about this? Just don't even get it. I don't even want to hear about it. I'm more so I like to see people excited about the book because they are pro them, and then people just want to buy the book because they want to know.
Yeah. I definitely am interested in their relationship because it looks like he's standing by his woman. So I want to see what it's all about, all the details, what actually they've been through, and how nasty it actually was. You
Mm,
know, the Meghan Markle story definitely has me interested. Like you said, if people like her or you dislike her for whatever reason, she's been under a lot of judgment. Some people say whether it's for being black or not black enough, whatever it is, like it's very interesting, and I'm curious about it.
yeah. It
So
made me see. It made me see. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You want to what?
I want to hear his perspective, but also hers as well. So
Yeah, true. I mean, they got that Netflix deal. Listen, I enjoyed the Netflix documentary, and it shed light on that baby girl. The baby girl that they had is a rainbow baby.
hmm
So, and people that don't know what a rainbow baby is, when a mother have a baby right after miscarrying. So that baby, and that shed some light, and it made me like shed a tear because no matter what, like when Tyler Perry, whom she never met, whom she never met, offered them to say when she called him, because I remember him saying that he reached out of his words, saying he reached out because of the negative stuff about what happened, like how his dad was going to the tabloids, and it was very negative, and he just wanted to give her some words of encouragement, and because this should be a happy day for her. She's married the love of her life, who's happened to be a prince, and she really can't have her whole family there. And I think that was a smart move of just having your mother there for many
hmm
reasons. I really do. And and then she said when they lost their status, she said she didn't know him, and she called him and she just started crying. And he was like, "What did you need?" And it gave them a safe place to live until they found out. And that was truly sincere because nobody knew until they came out of their mouth that they were staying at Tyler Perry's home.
he's so
Mm-mm-mm.
rich.
Yeah, because he was like, I wasn't even staying there. And the thing about it was like, he, the stuff that the lynch that he did to try to keep them protected too. You know, first of all, putting a fence up, a wire fence up, and then they still was like digging in the fence trying to get pictures and try to get access to them. He put up trees. They was trying to climb trees. Like it was ridiculous. And you mean to
Really?
tell me that
I didn't
they
know
was
that
fucking
part.
they was fucking up his little compound that he had up there when they was living there. Yes.
Oh snap!
The
Mm,
paparazzi.
I believe it.
And nobody knew about that they was living there because they didn't tell anyone. And when they
hmm
did, that's when they started coming, and then it was stressful to her. And then when she moved to she says, and did you watch the Netflix documentary yet?
I didn't see the whole
Did
thing.
you say?
I started watching them.
Okay, so near the end, you'll see when she talks about. That's how I knew that she had a rainbow baby because she said her first
Mhm.
day in a new house, she
I knew
miscarried.
that. Yeah, I knew that part.
It was like as soon as she found a place to live. Look, and Prince Harry, he was living life. He was loving that. He she he was loving that mansion. That he was like, I can stay here forever. I don't never want to move.
I'm
And I guess
sure.
so because did you see the cottage they was living in on the Did you see what they was living in? They cottage was so little, and I mean he was not going over there with them people. Her family was so disrespectful. They were.
But they put them in a small little cottage.
Yeah, yes, it was the size of a stateroom on a cruise ship.
That is so stank. What, you
Ah,
can afford a better one, or like why? Just to be
it was
rude, or
on one of the one
Mm,
of the palace grounds, but they lived in a cottage. They didn't live in a big house. They lived in a cottage. We thinking that the Duke and the Duchess of Sussex, what I mean, is over there, what I mean, living a best life, like as if they was Daenerys and Jon Snow, like in a real big palace.
yeah.
But no, they was living in a cottage the size of a state's room. Watch that documentary. That's probably why he was so happy. Listen, you can say what you want, but I honestly, well, I mean, I'm always going to speak honestly. I'm not going to sit up there and try to make shit up, or because if I don't have anything to contribute, I'm not going to say anything. But my biggest thought is that out of everybody who lost, Harry lost the most.
Hmm.
And you can kind of see what I'm saying. He lost his
Obviously, yeah.
family. He lost his livelihood. He lost his status. He lost his country. So,
Reputation.
yep.
He ain't got a good reputation.
Well, you know what? I mean, something's going on because he they people's going in droves for this book.
Well, hopefully this book brings him back up. I mean, he seemed like a nice guy to me.
You
You know,
probably this could be listen. This could inspire you on some stuff that you could write too.
possibly, yeah. Why not?
Because you creative, so
Right. I'll figure something out.
shoot. Even as a little comic book or something very small, but I'm sure your creative juices can, you know what I mean.
Teach me how to get a prince, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, teach
I'll
me how to
figure
get
it
a
out.
prince. How about that? How about that? You teach me how to get a prince. Not only that, it was so funny because he was ready too. I think he was like after he was getting himself together, he was with her. He got himself together. He was ready. Like, okay,
Mhm.
because everybody else didn't pan out. That kind, yes.
Mhm. Ava says that the cottage did not
I
have
know.
food.
I'm just put. The cottage was ridiculous. I would not have. It did not have public. I told you. I told you. It was like the. It was like it wouldn't be the state's room without the window. It would be the state's room that they would consider like a junior. No, the one with a junior suite. Okay, no bath, still a shower. I don't even know if they have baths over there. I don't even know. But that it was a cottage outhouse.
That is foul.
That
That he's
is.
supposed to be the prince.
That's what I said.
And the
I don't
wedding.
want to be no prince. I don't want to be no prince. I mean princess. I don't. That life is rough. You know what I mean? Give me a 9 to 5.
I always want to be a prince, but not if I gotta live in a cottage.
And wait a minute, not only
Why
that,
not?
wait a minute. I thought a cottage was something better, but that cottage. The cottage supposed to look like that? Mm
How your mama the queen and you living in a cottage? Like
mm. Your
that
grandma.
don't make no sense. Like
Like, did she not see where they was living? Did she
she
not
must have.
see? Did she? I mean, did she? She didn't care because he said that, and it was so sad because he didn't even have direct access really to his grandmother. He still had to go through the
Really?
institution.
Dang. See, he couldn't even like be like
So right,
Granny.
because when he was supposed to go see her and bring the so Archie or whatever like that, she was like, "Oh yes, I can't wait to see y'all." And then he talked to her again and was like, and they told no, they called him and was like, "She's busy." And then she was like, "Yeah, I'm busy." So they must have told her, was like, "Oh no, you can't because you probably have to go to greets or something like that and do that."
Oh, like we'll pencil you in next week, or let's just. Dang.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't even have like her direct number.
Isn't it crazy?
Dang. Well, that's honestly that's her fault. She should have a direct number. You know what I mean? Like to her
Right.
grandson and
Right. I
everything.
know that
Like,
they FaceTime and stuff like that, but but then again, she did have it was oh, how about they got mad at her because she postponed. They wanted her to come. They wanted her to have her baby at the same as they all had their babies, but They didn't even treat her well. Why the fuck? Why can't she go to her doctor that knows everything? That if something happened, preeclampsia, whatever, 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 they would know. They would have a record of file. They would know what to do that just for her, just because they wanted her to come out and just do it, stand up and be like, "Hey," hours after she done gave birth. Listen, man,
Wow.
she really, she really showed us that that it ain't all Gucci. Being the prince.
Well, we knew that, but we ain't knew it was gonna be like this.
I can you. Oh wait a minute, you said something about it. You know what? Ava made a good point. I can't wait to see what he does say about Camilla. Hello, Vicky Black. Hello. I can't wait to see what he does say about her because she was the enemy. She single handed. You know what? She looked like it too. She looked like she give me Cersei too. She give me
Camilla,
Cersei. She give me Cersei too.
mm,
Mm.
just wicked.
Wicked. Just, look at-
I could see it.
I can see it too. I can see it too. And I'm not mad the fact that he does still long to have a relationship with his family. That's still family. He's still his father. Like he's alone. He's really alone in his world. But he is starting to get a sense of community here over in the States. But he's still alone because everything he's known, like he doesn't have his mother for somebody to be, maternal with. His grandmother adored him. You could
Hmm.
tell. And all he got is his dad and his brother who lost his hair at an alarming rate.
That happened fast.
It did.
I was like, whoa. Let me stop before it happened to me. That happened
Yeah,
fast.
that's true.
I was gonna knock on wood, but
Yes. So we shall see. Let me see how if they update it. But I know that make sure that you like and subscribe, and make sure you put the notification bell for when I go live. This is an episode of News You Can Use. We're just sitting up here just having a conversation about Prince Harry, the Dutch of Sussex, and his book is out here doing a damn thing. Are you surprised? Are you surprised? I'm not. A part of me is not surprised, but I didn't know. Damn, almost a half a million books in one day. I wonder how many books Portia sold.
shade, the shade.
Mm-mm-mm. He did. Um. I remember him saying that she died in a suspicious way. Would you say suspicious? But like I said, he was able to go. He wanted to redo the whole thing. Like he wanted to go under the tunnel where she passed away, go to the enormous speed. But the way the paparazzi was,
Saying the paparazzi is too intense.
yes, the British press, I think that yeah, the dragons, yes.
I mean, but it was suspicious.
Mm-mm-mm.
I know
She was
everybody was.
fly as shit too.
Yeah, she
Wasn't
was.
Diana? I'm sorry, she was fly as hell. And even though Meghan Markle was talking about how she started wearing muted things so she could hide, she still was fly. Some of the stuff I went with, she was still was fly.
What muted things? What
She
you
said that
mean?
she was wearing like muted colors, like beige and stuff. So
Oh,
you know what I'm saying, so she wouldn't stick out because no matter what, she would, she damned if she do, damned if she don't. Okay,
mm,
she wears something and then she probably crossed her foot to the left or to the right or whatever like that. And it's not far fetched because look, not too long ago, it was another woman who was a Brit, but she was, a black woman of African descent was
mm.
there at a party and That hussy, and her name is Hussy, was kept asking her, "Where are you from?" She like, I'm from here. I'm from London. I'm a Brit. No, but where you really from? Come on now.
And her mother named her Hussy.
Well, she living up to that name, apparently. She is living up to that name.
Well, I guess her mother knew something.
I guess so, because I guess she did. So,
It is too dang much.
hey, oh look, I haven't seen you in a minute.
Oh,
So
Angela
yeah.
Nelson, where you been? Angela Nelson, what the hell?
I hope everybody is doing well. Make sure that you come in here and you like, you subscribe. Again, in Levon's library. If you don't know, make sure you go over to his page, Levon's library. He has how many books, Levon? 6.
Four, four right now.
Look, I'm already put in the atmosphere exactly. Listen, he is a published author of 4 books. You guys, 4 books. Okay.
Hopefully, by the end of this year, it'll be five.
By the end of
We'll
this year, he's going to have 5 books. He's going to be a published author of 5, and we are definitely going to put that out there, um, right here. Because listen, as I talked about yesterday, as I close out this broadcast, if you like this new setup of this broadcast that I have, I'm still playing around with it. Make sure that you let me know. Put one popcorn in the chat, like 4 popcorns in the chat. If hey, yeah, I kind of like this whole setup. Let me know, and because I think I'm going to go ahead and probably get the pro of it all, and we're going to definitely support Levon in on his all his endeavors, because listen, he is a man with a purpose. Okay, he is a man with a purpose. Okay, so he has 4 books. He's going to do some things that I'm not going to announce on my platform. I'm gonna let him do it on his platform, but he do got some big things coming up, and we just going to keep him, giving him good and positive vibrations, and anybody that's want to be negative, we're going to rebuke that back to them. Okay.
exactly.
Exactly. And like I was about to say before, I am a switcher of my, because my thoughts be running and racing. But yesterday I was talking about living in a purpose and having knowing what your gift is and tapping into it. And we know that Levon is a creative individual. He has, like I said, four and a half books out, because that one he's writing by the end of the year going to be 5. He's very creative, and it's a beautiful soul. Now, anybody in the chat, can you tell me what is it? Do you know your purpose? Because I remember on the Anderson Cooper again, Prince Harry was saying that when he went in the military, he did find his purpose. Like he felt a sense of purpose, a felt of normalcy. I'm 47, and I still feel like I'm not living for purpose. I am living for, like, I love my children, I love my family, I love my friends, but I'm still questioning what is my purpose here. And maybe my purpose is just to be those things, but a part of me feel like I still haven't tapped into that purpose, and I'm still seeking on that. So, is there anything that you trying to accomplish besides that 5th book that you're going to drop this year, and all the other things? If whatever you want to share, Levon,
Uh, anything I'm trying to accomplish?
hmm
Uh,
you working
yeah,
on it?
yeah.
It's in the works. Yes. When did you know that you wanted to be? When did you know that you wanted to be a writer?
Secretly, kind of all my life. ever since I was a little kid, I would write and illustrate my own books, and I would get them to like my mom. And she's kept a lot of them. She has a whole like basement full of like books that I've like written as a little kid. I had like a series out when I was very very young, mostly about animals and how they would like fight snakes and like random stuff.
I love it.
Yeah, so
That's
like I
good.
used
That's a book in itself. The evolution of Levon's library. That's a book in itself.
yeah.
I love it.
So I was always writing ever since I was a little kid. So then I never really thought it could be like something I can do as a career until I got to college, and I was like, "What do you want to do?" And I was like, "Well, I've been writing all the time. Maybe I should try to like do that." And then I tried to go for journalism, but then I was like, "Ah, I don't really like journalism. I kind of want to write books." So
Hmm. Well, that's good. And you know what? I do tend to go to like when I want to find information. Like my go-to for entertainment, really, in documentaries and court TV and stuff like that, definitely will be YouTube. But I have noticed over the year that if I want facts, I usually want to see it through credible journalism
mhm.
and not opinions. When I want to see opinions, of course, then I go to the YouTube and to the bloggers and stuff like that. But the last year watching, if you know over the last year, ever since the Johnny Depp trial, gave me a different sense of certain things. Because had we not watched that with our own eyes, like social media would have definitely spent it a whole nother way. And I saw them trying to spin it another way. And I was like, no, that's not what they were saying. That's not what damn, you know what I'm saying?
That trial was so much fun.
It was. So was that trial was so was, and so was the Daryl Brooks. Let's let's negate the crime that he committed was heinous, but that trial was crazy.
Mhm.
And now I'm watching Young Thug's trial. There's a lot of information on this one. I'm watching that one as well. But guess what? At the end of the month, I don't know. I don't know if the end of the month or beginning of this month. I definitely want to do a live just talking about just going from 1 through 8 of the episodes of Interview with a Vampire. So if you want to join me on doing that, see, because even though it may be people have watched it, it may be new news to someone else, so they can
Yeah.
use their news. Yes. So
I didn't know
yeah.
you watched it before. You should have told me. We could have covered it while it was on.
Yes, I was like, yo, this show is top tier, okay? And I love because first of all, I love that they had my man Grey Worm in there as Lestat with his fine self, okay? Period. And it was
The whole
greenlit for a second. Yes, it was greenlit for a second season. And the guy that played Lestat, I was like, when I first saw it, I was like, who is this guy? How dare he? But you know what? They acting was like tear to tear, okay? I was like, this guy is a seasoned actor. I don't know who he is, but let me tell you, it's giving. And
hmm
the young sis that played Claudia,
All three of them was good. I was yeah. It was a good show.
it was a good show. The chemistry was there, the acting was there, the writing was there, the storytelling was there. I can't wait to season 2. I cannot wait.
Even the writer was there. Who's that? I forgot his name, but the guy at the computer, the journalist,
Hmm.
he was good too.
He was good too with his closet itself. That's what we found out. Okay,
Right.
okay. What? First of all, I know that you were a journalist, but sir, in the '70s, why are you in a gay bar? No straight man journalist, and let's see, you know what I'm saying? In the gay bar, I don't care if you was like, I want to go for the hot wings. I ain't trying to hear that. Okay, he was cruising, sir. Okay, I think
Right.
that's what they was calling that in the '70s and the '80s. I think he was cruising that gay bar. Talk about like I stumbled upon. Come on now.
Right. Them highways ain't that good.
Okay.
What you mean? Sir, why is you here? Why is you here, sir?
Hmm.
Right.
So that's for another day, though. Yeah.
Right.
All right. Do you have any final words before I pull you down and have my final words?
I don't know. I'm just gonna remind everybody to drop the popcorns in the chat, like and subscribe. and we will see you next time.
All right. Thanks, Levon. I'm going to go ahead and drop you, and I'm going to call you in a few minutes.
Okay,
Okay.
bye.
Okay. All right. You know what? I want to thank everybody that came and engaged. I really wholeheartedly thank you for sticking with me as I continue to as I continue to do my all things popcorn, talk about the things that I love. Right now, I'm loving this whole situation with the Duke and the Duchess of Sussex, and I'm going to get the book Spare. I'm just waiting for it, and make sure you go ahead and check out my community wall. I'm going to have some things posted on there, especially if you guys want to do the paint and sip with me again. I'm going to put the dates up there, and of course, it's going to be co-host with me with the lovely and the most talented, creatively Cat, as we did the holiday season a couple weeks ago. Last year we did Joy. This year we did Love, and in between there, so we're going to be doing it. So if you have not seen The Best Man final chapters, I suggest you go ahead and watch it so we can converse about that as well. If you have not gotten any of Levon's book, Levon, if you may, you could put your books in the chat. The Amazon and the Walmart link, please do so. Make sure you get, even if you get the first book, get the first book, because we're going to do a sip and paint, and we're going to be talking about his book as well. Levon's library is doing big things. Make sure you check out his community wall as well. We want to support our brother, friend, um, as he navigates through the arts and doing big things. And me, while I'm here trying to figure out what these big things are, I do have a small little list of things, and that's being consistent, bringing out content to be content consistently, to focus on my health, my weight loss journey, because you know what, this last year has been an epic fail for me. But I just want to, stay encouraged, and I want everybody to stay well, stay healthy. I want y'all to get that book, Spare. You know, there you go, is in the chats. Thank you. Next time we have him up, I'll probably have like all his books, the picture of all his books and stuff up at his link, but he have it right there, and I guess I'll put it on the description later on after this broadcast. But you know what? If you have not, listen, nobody there, listen, I'm just doing because this is, like I said, this is news you could use, even though we were conversing, having our own little opinions, but we did. I told you about El DeBarge, and I've told you about Prince Harry. I want you guys to get the book. I want you, if you have not gotten the book, watch the documentary and then go watch Anderson Cooper's interview with him. It's on YouTube, or for his 60 minutes interview with Anderson Cooper, top tier. Okay, it was only 29 minutes because that's all I could take too. I don't want nobody to sit down for 2 hours or an hour and a half. Talk. I want to read the book, and that was a good one of. In the chat was saying, yeah, pay for my pain. And you know what? I think probably writing this book, even he got paid for it. Of yes, he got. I think he got nicely compensated. However, I do believe that um, this book probably was therapeutic in some ways for him. It may have opened some old wounds, but if the wounds were never fully healed, then they couldn't be reopened. So, and so I hope you enjoyed tonight. I hope to see you guys back again. Um, Again, check out my community wall, like it. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so hopefully I can get it. So hopefully I am trying to get at least there 1,000 subscribers by by my birthday, by September. So um so until then, I just want to thank everybody, and I just want to thank everybody for coming out, and thank you for just listening to me on this night. It is oh my gosh, it's 11:06 here on um on the East Coast. Oh, and another thing, you know what? We'll talk about that another time. I did mention it at the beginning if you was watching the Golden Globes, if you care, but obviously I didn't care. It's tonight, so whoever wins, I'm rooting for everybody in Philly. All things Philly. All right, you guys, thank you, and have a good night.